Hello and welcome to Workers' Comp Unwrapped, the podcast that simplifies workers' compensation for physicians. So let's get started. Welcome to Season 3 of Workers' Comp Unwrapped. I'm your host, Max.
And I'm Aisha, glad to be back.
Great to have you. You bring, 15 years in the workers' comp trenches?
Something like that, yeah. Seeing a fair bit.
I bet. So we've spent the week really digging into the latest DWC advisories, stakeholder meeting notes, and honestly, a ton of provider feedback on California's medical legal scene. It keeps changing, doesn't it?
Constantly. It's definitely a moving target.
Our mission today, to cut through that complexity, especially around the upcoming 2025 fee schedule. We want you, the listener, to walk away feeling like you've got a real handle on maximizing reimbursements and, crucially, avoiding those billing traps. It's such a vital topic.
Oh, absolutely vital. And it hits home for so many providers out there. This isn't just about, reading new rules.
Okay.
It's really about strategy, survival even, making sure you get fair pay for really essential work. And yeah, these 2025 medical legal fee schedule updates, they're where the rubber meets the road for getting paid properly.
And let's be honest, avoiding those disputes.
Exactly. Those disputes can just drain a practice.
And when we talk California workers' comp, I mean, if there's one area that just always seems to stir up controversy, it's medical legal billing.
Mm-hmm.
Always under scrutiny. Providers absolutely need these evaluations for their patients.
Yeah.
And they deserve fair reimbursement, right? For their time, their expertise.
Absolutely.
But payers, well, let's just say their goals don't always line up perfectly with the providers trying to, get the bill paid.
That's putting it mildly sometimes.
It feels like this constant tug of war. Adjustments, denials. It's a lot.
That's a really good way to describe it. And look, with these 2025 updates, there are some absolutely critical shifts providers need to understand.
No.
So our aim today is to give you not just the what, but the how, actionable strategies, stuff you can use to actually secure those reimbursements.
And cut down on the back and forth.
Yes, reduce those unnecessary, honestly, incredibly frustrating disputes that just eat up time and energy.
Okay, so let's set the stage. To really get why these 2025 changes matter so much, maybe we should start with why. Why are medical legal costs in California workers' comp such a big deal? Such a hot potato year after year?
Oh, it's fascinating because it's foundational, really. These medical legal evaluations, they're critical. They resolve disputes on, everything. Was the injury caused by work? Is this treatment actually necessary? What's the right permanent disability rating?
So the big questions.
The biggest questions, and these aren't quick check-ins, They're incredibly time-intensive, often involve digging through mountains of records.
The audit review.
Extensive record review, writing detailed, comprehensive reports, sometimes follow-up. It's meticulous work.
If they don't get paid fairly?
Well, then providers hesitate. They might just say, look, this isn't worth the hassle. And many do. They hesitate to take on these complex cases.
Which jams up the whole system.
Exactly. It stalls everything and leaves injured workers kind of stuck in limbo.
And looking back, historically, our research into past legislative reviews shows it's just been a constant battleground. We're talking audits all the time, underpayments, those, infamous adjusted bills where they just lop off a percentage.
Oh, yeah, the adjustment.
It really has felt like the Wild West at times.
Yeah.
Like this part of the system is just perpetually under a microscope trying to clamp down on costs.
Absolutely. And that's precisely why the fee schedule itself is so important. It's supposed to create some standardization, some predictability.
Right, supposedly.
In what can feel like a very, very unpredictable area. The 2025 updates specifically are another swing at finding that balance. Contain the overall costs.
Which payers want.
Which payers definitely want, while still making sure providers get paid fairly for the complex, specialized work they do. It's a real tightrope walk. Every little detail matters.
Okay, let's walk that tightrope then. Let's peel back the layers, dig into the actual updates, what's really new, what's different in the 2025 medical legal fee schedule. What should providers be maybe bracing for?
Okay, let's break it down. Based on our look at the DWC advisories, I see maybe 4 key areas. First, there's a 3.8% increase for time-based services.
Okay, 3.8%.
Yeah, it's not, pulling a number out of a hat. It generally tracks with cost of living adjustments. Inflation.
Right.
So if you're billing for things like, say, detailed record review or deposition time, time-based testimony, you should see a small bump.
Modest, but welcome, I guess.
Modest but welcome, exactly. It's acknowledging the cost of doing business.
Okay, what's second?
Second, and this is really important, there's clarification on flat fees. They're tightening up the definitions, especially for codes like ML104.
A comprehensive evil.
Right, the comprehensive evil code. And ML105 for supplemental reports. Our deep dive showed specific patterns where, maybe something minor got billed as a whole new evil.
Okay.
This is tightening that up, trying to prevent overuse or misuse, frankly, and cut down disputes before they start. Payers want precision here. They're trying to keep the integrity of the process.
Makes sense. What else?
Then, number 3, we have specific new digital record review rules. This is a big one, obviously. Everything's electronic now.
Mostly, yeah.
So there's much more specific guidance on billing for reviewing electronic records versus, stacks of paper.
How so?
Crucially, providers must now document exactly how many pages were reviewed.
Okay, page counts.
Page counts are mandatory, and you have to specify the medium. Was it electronic? Was it hard copy? This isn't optional anymore. That level of detail is required.
Got it. And the last one?
And finally, number 4, a clear cap reinforcement. Now, the existing cap on total medical legal costs isn't gone.
That's been around.
But the DWC is really hammering home strict adherence to it. Again, our research showed some patterns, maybe in follow-up evils pushing this. They call it avoiding runaway billing.
Runaway billing. Sounds dramatic.
It does, but it's about keeping overall system costs in check. Knowing those pressure points tells you where your billing might get extra scrutiny, gives you an edge.
So, okay, 3.8% increase sounds
Yeah.
nice on the surface. But does that little bump really make up for what sounds like a lot more work? More compliance? More granular tracking? Is this a net win or just more admin headache?
That is a very sharp question. And look, the increase, helpful, sure, acknowledges inflation, but the burden of compliance, it's definitely heavier now. I've seen practices where the admin time to track all this, it almost eats up that rate increase. And here's the thing. Payers will be watching, like hawks. Any slip up, any missing page count, any vague time entry will be flagged, probably disputed. It's just a new level of required detail. Providers need to be real about that extra effort.
Okay, so with these changes coming, what were the problems providers were already facing? The typical challenges with medical legal billing, even before 2025, that are just going to get worse now.
Yeah.
What are those common landmines?
Yeah, there are a few big ones that pop up again and again. And you're right, they'll likely be amplified. Number 1 is definitely documentation gaps.
Like we were just saying.
Exactly. Reports missing specific page counts. Or really vague time entries. I've literally seen denials because a bill just said, reviewed records, 4 hours.
Not good enough anymore.
Not nearly good enough. How many pages? Electronic, paper. That vagueness is it's a red flag. An open invitation for them to cut the bill or deny it.
Okay, what else trips people up?
Another big one, misuse of codes. We see providers sometimes using ML104, that comprehensive code.
Right.
When really ML105 for a supplemental report on a new issue, or maybe even ML106 just to clarify something, was the right code.
Why does that matter so much?
Because it looks like overbilling.
Yeah.
It immediately makes the payer suspicious, invites scrutiny.
Gotcha. Anything else?
Late submissions, still a huge problem. Missing those deadlines, especially the ones locked in by SB 863.
That big reform package.
Right, that tightened timelines everywhere. You miss the billing deadline, you might just be out of luck. Completely, the system doesn't really do sympathy for lateness.
No kid.
And finally, disputed hours. Payers often push back on the amount of time billed. Especially for record review, if that documentation isn't absolutely rock solid, they'll question the minutes, look for any reason to pay less.
Wow. So if you're not just meticulously documenting every single thing, every minute, every page, every click almost, you're basically just asking for denials, or at least big delays and cuts. Sounds less like a landmine, more like a whole minefield.
It really can feel like that. And yeah, under these new 2025 rules, being sloppy, it's not just risking an adjustment anymore. Could mean your bill gets flat out rejected.
So, not getting paid less, getting paid zero.
Potentially, yes. That's the risk.
Okay, this does sound pretty daunting, but we're here for solutions. We've laid out the problems, the challenges. Let's pivot. What's the absolute first, number one, most crucial strategy providers need to adopt right now to navigate this?
Okay, number 1, without a doubt, document everything. And I mean everything, meticulously. Every single minute you spend reviewing records, prepping testimony, doing the evil itself, log it precisely.
No more estimating.
No more estimating. And for 2025 specifically, page counts are mandatory for all records review. You have to state the page count.
Okay.
And you have to clarify. Electronic or hard copy, that distinction is now critical for billing. You skip that detail, they will slash your bill. Guaranteed way to lose money.
So that upfront effort, that precision, it saves potentially months of appeals and headaches later. Is that the core idea?
That's exactly it. You want it airtight. Think like this. Reviewed 356 pages of medical records electronic format from claim number XXX 3.5 hours.
See, very specific.
Super specific. Leaves zero room for doubt. Quantifies the work clearly. That's what payers need to see.
Okay, documentation is king. What's strategy number 2?
Number 2, use the correct ML codes. We talked about ML 104, the comprehensive evil. It's vital, but don't overuse it.
Right.
If it's really just a supplemental opinion on an existing report, that's ML 105, the supplemental code. If you're just clarifying a few points, maybe ML 106 is right.
And getting it wrong.
Getting it wrong is honestly one of the fastest ways to get audited. To trigger disputes. It seems basic, but it's fundamental, and sometimes it gets rushed.
So code it right the first time, or prepare to fight for it later.
Pretty much, and nobody enjoyed that fight. It's a huge time sink.
Okay, what's third?
Third, stay on top of timelines. Sounds simple, right? But you'd be amazed how often it's missed. Providers have that strict 12-month window. Date of service to bill submission.
12 months.
Miss it, you're out. No payment. And then for disputes, remember the SBR and IBR timelines, second bill review, independent bill review. Still crucial.
What are those again?
90 days for SBR, 30 days for IBR. Know those dates. Set reminders.
Yeah.
Because like you said earlier,
Deadlines in workers' comp are ruthless, like taxes. Miss them, no sympathy, no second chances. The train just leaves the station.
you couldn't have said it better. It's harsh, but it is avoidable with diligence.
Okay, credit issue 4.
Fourth, leverage technology. This is huge and often underused. Think about using billing platforms. DZBill is a common one. Or good EHR systems.
What makes them good for this?
Ones that are actually designed to track page counts automatically, log time accurately, help with coding. These automated systems can be lifesavers. They can flag errors before you submit.
Proactive.
Yes, I worked with this one practice. They were losing thousands every month just on tiny billing mistakes. Put in a good system, reimbursements shot up. And you know what else? Staff morale improved like crazy because they weren't constantly battling denials.
That proactive error checking. Yeah, that's worth its weight in gold, especially if payers are actively looking for any tiny reason to downcode or deny. Technology is defense.
Absolutely. Frees up staff, ensures accuracy, which is everything now. Okay, finally, number 5. Be ready for disputes.
Even if you do everything perfectly.
Even if your billing is pristine,
Guts.
some insurers, they might still push back. It's just part of the game sometimes.
So what do?
Have templates ready for appeals. Make sure they cite the specific OMFS language. That's the official medical fee schedule, the actual rule book. Quoting it gives your appeal weight.
Use their own rules against them.
Essentially, yes. And know your escalation path cold. Bill, NES, SBR, and SABR. Don't get caught scrambling when a denial comes in.
You mentioned earlier that initial adjustment might just be a test. What's the real risk for providers who do fight back, besides just the time? And what's the success rate look like for those who appeal properly?
That's a great point. The biggest risk, honestly, beyond time is just burnout. Administrative fatigue. It can be really demoralizing fighting these things.
I bet.
But my observation over years of this, providers who are meticulous with their documents and who are persistent with appeals, their success rate is significantly higher. Often that first adjustment is just testing the waters.
Seeing if you'll just accept it.
Exactly. If you show you're prepared, you know the rules, you have the documentation, the payment often comes through. Sadly, many providers just accept the lower amount. That's real money left on the table. You absolutely have to be prepared to defend the value of your work.
Okay, that's incredibly helpful, practical stuff. Now, let's get specific for the year ahead. Really warn people. What are the absolute must-avoid pitfalls, the trickiest landmines tied directly to this 2025 landscape?
Okay, yeah, let's zero in on 2025 specifics. First, again, incomplete reports. This is non-negotiable now. Forgetting page counts. forgetting to specify electronic versus paper. That's going to be an immediate reason for denial or a cut. It's mandatory info.
Got it. What else?
Second, the overuse of comprehensive evaluations, ML 104. Cannot stress this enough. Payers are laser focused on ML 104 use. Make sure it's genuinely comprehensive, not just a dressed up supplemental. The DWC's signals on this are crystal clear.
They're cracking down.
They are. Third, failure to differentiate electronic versus paper records in your billing line items. It's not just about detail, they actually get reimbursed differently now.
Oh.
If you don't specify, you're inviting disputes, possibly lower payment, and it's an easy mistake for payers to catch and, frankly, exploit.
Right. And the last big warning.
And finally, circling back, not appealing underpayments. This might be the costliest mistake of all. Too many providers, maybe they're frustrated, maybe they lack time, they just let it go, they leave money on the table. You did the work, you deserve fair payment. The system, flawed as it might be, does give you ways to fight for it. Use them.
That last one just kills me. We see it constantly in our own research on billing disputes.
Yeah.
If you don't appeal, if you don't stand up for what's fair, you're basically just handing insurers a discount. A voluntary discount on your expertise. It's infuriating.
It absolutely is infuriating. And trust me, the insurers, they are definitely not complaining about getting that discount.
No doubt.
Which is exactly why providers have to stand their ground.
Okay, let's wrap this up then. Bottom line it for us. What's the essential summary for providers facing this 2025 medical legal schedule? If they remember just 3 things from this whole deep dive, what should they be?
Okay, 3 core takeaways. Immediate action items. 1, be meticulous with documentation. It's your shield, it's your sword. Protects you, helps you fight back.
Okay.
2, use the right codes for the right situations. No guessing, no shortcuts. Because the payers definitely aren't taking shortcuts on their end.
Right. And 3?
And 3, critically important, don't be afraid to fight back on underpayments. Your work has value. Assert that value. Don't just roll over.
Perfect. Meticulous documentation, correct codes, fight back. With those strategies locked in, providers can hopefully navigate these changes, stay compliant, and maximize their reimbursements. Keep their practices strong.
Exactly. That's the whole goal, isn't it? Fair pay for essential work in the workers' comp system. Now, here's a thought to chew on.
Okay.
Considering all this increased scrutiny, these super detailed requirements for 2025, how might this relentless push for billing precision accidentally reshape things? Like, which cases providers are even willing to take on? Could it subtly change the nature of medical legal evaluations themselves, going beyond just the numbers on a bill? Something to think about.
That's a really interesting ripple effect to consider. Definitely something to mull over. Okay, that's it for this deep dive. Thank you so much for breaking all that down. Incredibly insightful, genuinely practical advice.
My pleasure. Always happy to talk shop. And to you, our listeners, stay sharp out there, stay compliant, and please don't leave money on the table. Your effort deserves its full value.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Until next time. Thanks for listening to Workers' Comp Unwrapped. If you found value in today's episode, subscribe and share with fellow doctors. Stay informed and keep making a difference in your patients' care.